Hi folks, I'm sitting in our kitchen here and we are planning a trip to the mountains. We're gonna go to Borgafjäll. It's a beautiful, beautiful area. It's a little bit further south from where we are, but it's definitely worth the drive. It might take us like 6 hours to drive down there, so it's not the end of the world. We're gonna leave tomorrow, so there's a lot of stuff that we need to do. And tomorrow is the 18th of March. Hannah is checking out how the tent is doing. We're gonna take our little tent. We're not gonna take the TP. We think the little tent will be sufficient enough, and it has a lower profile for wind and everything, of course. And we're also not gonna take the multi-fuel stove. We're gonna leave the Primus at home. We're only gonna take the dog cooker, the water boiler for the dogs, because all the food that we're gonna eat is gonna be water-based. So we won't need the cooking, and that will save us on not having two stoves and having to carry two types of fuel. So we're only gonna take the dog cooker and work from there. So hopefully that's fine.
All right, so I'm setting up the Bergans tent, which is our tunnel tent. It doesn't have a winter skirt, but we're gonna be using it for this this tour. And we're just checking that everything's functioning okay. This tent has not seen a lot of winter kilometers, but has seen a butt ton of summer kilometers. And it has been used on and off since then, but not to the extent that we're using it this trip. So we just want to give it the all clear. And unlike the summertime, we don't use the metal tent stakes. We have these homemade wooden tent stakes. Jeremias has done this a ton before. I've done it a couple of times. Yeah, we're gonna continue.
So I had to go to the store earlier to get the last of the food. Now we have table full of snacks, oatmeal and noodles basically, which is quite okay too. And we have a lot of distractions in this room as we're packing right now. Puppies, puppies, puppies. Puppies, puppies, puppies. I think we have one of the puppies that want to join. Don't know if that's a good idea, but I'm not gonna complain. A little moose too. And then we have Bear sitting there falling asleep. Are you sleepy, buddy?
It's okay to take a nap, bud. Oh no.
What are you guys up to? We got snacks here, basically this whole thing, and the chili nuts, breakfast stuff, lunch, coffee, very important. We got all of our dinners back there, and then we got some of these just to add some flavor to the water, and also electrolytes to make sure that we don't get too dehydrated. It's quite easy to do that while out in winter. Well, it's a good size snack mountain.
Now for the magic words. That's not going anywhere.
So the truck is filled with our equipment, and also in the back we have a bunch of stuff. The sleds are on the trailer, and now we're just gonna put some doggies into it and get moving. We're super excited. The dogs are happy. Harvey's noisy, and we just need to go and say hi to the puppies real quick. We got little Spruce out walking. Let's see.
Yeah, very tough.
What are you yelling about?
Careful.
You are a little brave boy.
What a nice auntie. Yeah, you're very tough. Wow, you're so tough. And this is your scary auntie.
Yeah, that's your Aunt Louise.
She's real scary.
Your mother's not happy with you choosing to hang out with older dogs yet. Yes. Oh.
Okay, puppies, you can't grow too much while we're gone, okay?
No, you have to be nice. Huh? Okay. Hey.
Oh, we're gonna miss you guys so much. Yeah.
Alright, make sure that everyone is safe. Take good care of the Homestead and the rest of the dogs. Alright. Kiss. A kiss for you too. You also want to have a kiss? For you too? You too? And you too. And mommy too.
Yay! Yay! Happy dog! Lula! Good girl. Are we ready? Let's go.
We're getting closer. What do you think, Hannah?
I'm ready for some dinner. I think the dogs are ready to get out of the box. They had a pee break halfway through, but they are ready to be there and get moving. And we'll see where we're gonna go for the night. We might be going to a cousin's house.
Well, yeah, it's not too bad of a place to be. It's hard to see right now, maybe. So, one big thing on our trip is that we're gonna basically round Borgafjäll and the sort of little mountain range that it's a part of. We haven't fully decided yet if we're gonna go on the left side of it to start off with. That's one option. Or if we're gonna go up on the right, on the other side of the lake, and continue a little bit further west with the dogs before we turn south again. But in one way or another, that's sort of the goal, to round Södra Borgafjäll, that little mountain part. Which will be a lot of fun and challenging. The weather doesn't look like it's going to be too much in our favor, but it's going to be a good experience no matter what.
So we are here in Borgafjäll, in the village of Borgafjäll, and we spent the night at Amias's cousins, and we are headed out with the dog teams today. The weather's not going to be great, so we're just thinking of some alternate routes that have emergency shelters along the way and a couple open cabins. So we have that possibility if needed. Today's Friday, so we're going to be going here, and then Saturday was going to be bad weather, Saturday's bad weather, Sunday's good weather, Monday's bad weather so far. So we're kind of, I don't know what we're gonna do. We'll make it up as we go along, kind of, but just be really aware of the weather.
We got Sebbe and Matilda, and we're gonna start from their backyard here in Borgafjäll. The doggies are ready. We have well-packed sleds. If we missed something or if we've forgotten something, that would be bad. But we're ready to go. What do you think, Hannah?
Ready to go!
We've done our first 10K now, and even if it's snowing and we don't have full visibility, it is incredibly beautiful on these trails here. Right now we're in a little bit more of a pine forest area, but there's so much spruce around us. Going through a spruce forest is extremely beautiful.
One of our dogs went into heat, like as we're leaving, so woohoo! Girls, come here. Other than that, we're okay.
We're in Daimadalen's nature reserve right now, so we're gonna travel in this valley we have here. Super beautiful. Hannah is in the back there. We're gonna go up along this valley until we hit Daimasjöarna, and then we're gonna take off south if everything goes as planned over the mountains on the left here, but further up. Daima. It's slow and steady today, but it's nice. We've stopped here at the Daima old homestead. The doggies are resting after having a meat snack. It's hard to see the views around here, but it is very beautiful for the stuff that we can see. Dogs are enjoying it, we're enjoying it. Now we're melting some snow and prepping for the dinner tonight and having some lunch ourselves. Fancy noodles.
Very fancy.
We're now back onto the correct trail. X's marks winter trail. We followed the X's. There was a new reflective stick trail that went off the this trail that we're on right now, onto some lakes, and there were a lot of people ice fishing there. So we sort of assumed that it just went down for the ice fishing lake and it was not a new trail system that they had built. So we followed the X's that marked the winter trail and got turned around twice because it was one person had driven a snowmobile. I don't know if he thought the same way as we did, but he also had a problem finding it. I guess it's an old winter trail. So everything's taking a little bit more time now than we anticipated. And yeah, that was heavy for us. But it's still beautiful. Super beautiful. And there's a thing there up on the sky that is breaking through a little bit. I wonder what that's called. We saw it yesterday. It was promised for today, but as you can see, it's not really sun out just yet. But spirits are high again. So we decided against our original plan of going through the pass over the mountain, which would have been behind us here. It's a little bit tricky to see. It's of course clear on that side, but it is also quite windy. Come in, Luis, come in. So we're gonna cross Daimadalen's naturreservat just to the other side of it. We're gonna come up onto a bigger lake over here soon. And then we're gonna start to find a place to camp. It's getting a little bit late, or it's not super late, but It's a good time to start setting everything up and getting everything in order. We don't really know how long everything will take for us to organize. It's our first mountain trip together with the dogs, so I'd rather give us a little bit more flex time instead of having to scramble in the dark. But still, beautiful, beautiful driving with my crazy wife and 16 wonderful doggies. We are where we are supposed to be today, I guess. Nowhere else. A lot of plans change here today. Weather, of course, today. Weather these coming days. Trail conditions. A lot of different things that we couldn't necessarily anticipate. Could of course get an idea, but would never know for sure. But we're gonna camp right there. So we've done almost 50 kilometers, and some of the dogs, or two of the dogs, are still like, come on, let's go. But now Hannah and I are also a little bit tired, so we are gonna get everything in order, set up the tent, cuddle the dogs, see how many dogs we can fit in a tent maybe, eat candy, and just enjoy being out. The weather changed 6 times, I counted, on a roughly 15-kilometer lake. So when I've had my hood up, it's basically been a little vacuum for me. But yeah, life. We got the doggies on the line. The tent is set up. And we're gonna have a fancy dinner. What do you say, Han?
It's really good, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's also so easy. I'm happy to be eating.
We're in the tent now, and it's not really a great winter tent. It's a little bit small, but it works for us. Good thing we're already married. But yeah, it's gonna be nice. Yeah. It's gonna rain more tomorrow than the weather forecast said earlier today. So we'll sort of have to evaluate tomorrow morning how and what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Or how we're gonna do it, which trail we're gonna choose, and
yeah. But our first plan is to give the dogs a big meat chunk in the morning rather than soup.
Yeah.
And get out pretty quickly. So first thing will be to give them a snack in the morning, and then when we're done breaking everything down, get onto the trail. And then give them a soup at lunch and have a nice long lunch break.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Good day in the end.
Yeah, in the end.
Yeah, in the end.
It was hard though. I've never spent so much time on a lake.
Yeah, that was a good lake, or long lake.
Basically white out.
Yeah.
That was
but
miserable.
The little things that we got to see was beautiful.
Yes. I mean, this is like, it's a reminder that part of the reason why we're doing this is to learn. And you know, of course it would be great to have blue skies, but we said earlier that is a different experience.
Yeah, it would be for us to work on our routines with the dogs more than
how the dogs
in winter,
and how we handle
winter
this
mountains
weather. Jeremias has a lot more experience with mountain weather than I do, so he's like my my rock right now, and it's been really incredible. You know, we always known this about each other, but we both have very different skill sets, and we are such a good team in these situations, and we learn so much from each other. And today you were, I was very happy to be married to you today.
I hope that tomorrow as well.
Yeah, I hope so too.
But now we're gonna eat some chocolate and go to sleep.
Yeah, I'm very tired.
A little bit after 6:30, the doggies are waking us up, or woke us up, and we see that Humlan has taken the liberty of unhooking herself. Somehow.
Homestead, take it easy. Don't be a pest.
But she is very cute.
She's very excited to start today.
Homestead. Hi, Cheyenne. But she's unsure about the tent. That is funny.
Thank God it wasn't Nelly.
Yeah. Nelly's in heat. That's why it's good. So sometimes a trip doesn't go as planned. It's nothing you can plan for, I guess. But we were mentally prepared to take a decision to turn around. But last night we got a warning that the weather is gonna turn into a class 1 storm tonight, and it's just gonna get more and more exposed as the further we go. So we have the option of pushing through and hopefully get to a safe spot, hopefully, or we turn around, go back to my cousin's place, and then we do day tours from there these coming days that are gonna look... Or another overnight. It's looking really beautiful from tomorrow onwards. But today, just to be out and driving dogs, doesn't make sense to push further. So we'll turn back and we'll go from there tomorrow instead.
Yeah, we don't want to do it just to push on. We want to make sure we're safe and the dogs are safe. Like we talked about previously, like this is for me a big learning experience dealing with mountain weather. So I'm also learning to make smart decisions with the help of my husband. Yeah. But yeah, we discussed it together and decided that the best option is to go back to Borgafjäll village for the night and go from there. Yeah, don't want to be out in a really bad storm if we don't have to.
And it's gonna rain today, during the day, and then in the afternoon when the storm is coming in, it's turning over to like sleet. So yeah, it would be quite yucky to be out, and we don't have to, and it's the better option to go back, and then we'll go from there tomorrow instead. Out on the lake now, the one we came from yesterday, the one that felt like an eternity. We had 6 weather changes on this lake. Yeah, we decided to head back. Everything is quite wet. The rain came in about an hour ago, or the light rain, and it's just going to continue throughout the day. Right now there's like a little, what's it called? Pause, I guess, in the rain. One thing that I got drilled into and learned well during my time in guide school, when I did my mountain guide or mountain leader qualification, is taking good decisions while being in the mountains and being humble towards yourself and your group and the weather and the shifting conditions. So this is by no means a feeling that we failed to do a mountain trip at all. It is more making it a good experience, both for me and for Hannah, of course, and the dogs. It's the first time, as I said, it's the first time we are out in the mountains together with the dogs. It's the first time I'm out in the mountains with dogs in winter and doing a little bit bigger trip. So we are taking this as a learning experience and filing it into the back of our heads as things to look out for, but also knowing that we took the right decision. Even if the weather would turn out to be great this afternoon and this, for whatever reason the class 1 storm warning disappeared, we still took the right decision. It's better to take a decision and do it than to just sort of hope for the best and see what happens. Now we took a decision that we were super comfortable with. We know everything's going to be fine. We're not going to risk anything by doing this, and then tomorrow we're still able to go out back into the mountains and enjoy areas that we haven't planned.
Okay, we're having our lunch break. We're about to make the dogs their lunch, which is just meat in their soup and they won't get a huge amount, just enough so they get some water, rehydrate themselves. We've had our lunch while we've been waiting for the snow to melt, chopped up the meat, and then once they've eaten their breakfast, I'm gonna make their dinner for tonight, and it's gonna soak for the rest of the afternoon, and then we'll be able to give it to them later. Like we said earlier, we decided to turn around and follow back home, back to Borgafjäll, and the wind is at our back right now, and every time we stop, it's like super quiet when we're driving, and then every time we stop, the wind behind you is roaring, and it's only going like 10 meters per second right now. So it's predicted to go up to 30 tonight. So I'm so happy we made the decision to go back. And like, I don't feel like, yesterday I think I felt like I completely failed, but today I feel really happy the decision that we made to go back, rest there for the night, and then see what the weather looks like the next day, and then maybe go on another overnight or another 3 days or just days. You know, this is a lot of new experiences for me and for Jeremias as well. Like, we're sort of like crossing over our two expertise fields, and we have to not make stupid decisions. We're learning some lessons on this as well, which is really important.
We probably have about an hour and a half, a couple of hours of driving until we are down at my cousin's and Matilda's place. Mostly downhill, of course, since we climbed up to this area yesterday. And it's going to be super interesting to go down those hills that we came up. It's going to be very interesting. I won't be able to film that I can tell you. Beautiful, beautiful creek crossing. Good job, guys. It's definitely windy. So we're back at my cousin and Matilda's place. We came down the mountain. It was quite windy on the downhill, but then when we came down, it just turned into blue skies and sunny, and it was like everything was completely gone. But now we've just sort of settled the dogs, they've gotten a snack, and the weather turned to this. It's quite hard to see, I guess, but it is a proper snow rain kind of mix. And every now and then you can, there's gusts coming in that you can sort of feel it in the house almost. You hear the house making noise as soon as the wind comes in. So this is down in the valley, which is fairly protected by forest and everything. So we are still quite happy with the decision that we took to come down. Tomorrow we're gonna do another trip, but in this area instead. We'll see what we end up doing.
So today we're going out on a day tour because the weather got really bad yesterday, and we decided to stay closer to this area. We're gonna go out with Jeremias' cousin Sebbe and his girlfriend Matilda. So we're all going out together with a snowmobile and 2 dog teams. It's gonna be super fun. We were basically about ready to go. We noticed an avalanche that had happened across the way. Not anywhere we were going, but we were like, hey, an avalanche. And then we saw that there were people around the avalanche. So Sebbe decided to call 112, the emergency line, to try and help sort it out. Since then we were waiting but looking with binoculars to see what was going on, and we thought maybe they were probing for someone in the avalanche, but eventually they just ended up skiing down. So now we're just hanging out and we'll go soon. But yeah, it's gonna be windy today, but at least we can see what's going on around us, which will be nice.
Now we're out again. Hike! After that little avalanche incident this morning. It was just a group of skiers going up to ski, and they saw the avalanche come in above them, a little bit to the side of them as well. So they decided to turn down. That's why they skied down the chute, or whatever you call it. But now we are out again, at least. And it is so beautiful here. We're on our way up to Korpdalen and then follow that westward. And it's so nice with all these spruce trees, like this old type of spruce tree forest. Very beautiful. Trails are great, wide, well groomed, and the dogs are looking good. Look at this. I don't know if you can see it, but it's wind enough to lift both of Wolfie's ears up in the air. Lion has no chill. There you go, look at Wolfie's little ears.
So it's super windy and it's like incredible watching the dogs work today. And now we just sort of scooted around the trail and we're sitting behind this wind lip here. Dogs are getting a snack. We're gonna eat some human snacks, chill out for a little bit, and then we'll continue. Finally getting some sun. What do you think, Jeremias?
Nice to be out in winter in the mountains. Well, it is not a storm.
Yeah. There's the alligator. Oh, did it hit him in the face? He's normally so good. Oh, everybody's so happy with snackies. You guys having fun? Absolutely. I am enjoying life right now, and so are the dogs. Enjoying the sunshine, but nice and cool. Oh, it's just great. I know how candy.
So Nelly is enjoying a nap in the sun, but she does not like to lay down. So she's sitting and napping instead. Oh, she's a cutie. Oh, Nelly, Nelly. What about you, Banjo? Kom igen! Jip, jip! Kom igen! Jip, jip! Kom igen! windy part of the mountain. Now it's just a downhill through the birch forest into some spruce forest, then down to the lake and then back to the cabin. Man, that was a nice climb. Very cool climb. Challenging with the wind. The dogs did great. They were a little bit unsure about the wind and everything, but man, they did good. Right, that downhill that we just did down from the mountain down to Borgafjäll here was crazy. It was so ridiculous. Steep, narrow, snowmobiles with at times just traversing down a very steep slope. Not a perfectly good trail, but so much fun. I'm so impressed by the dogs. Hannah's driving is on point. Now we're just gonna cruise on the lake, back to the cabin. Still windy though, beautiful. I've said that too many times in this video, I think. It's beautiful, but I can't not say it. We are back at my cousin's cabin, and the dogs did so good. They cruised along the last part of the lake so well. I forgot to film everything. I was just enjoying it too much. What do you think, Ham?
Oh, this has been the greatest ever, I think.
Not when we got married then?
You know what I mean. Dog-wise! You said that earlier too.
I just needed you to say it again so that everyone hears it.
Yeah.
Oh, the dogs did super good. They, I'm impressed.
Oh my god.
I'm super happy with them. They are such beasts. They're, oh yeah, can't use enough words for it, I guess. They're nice and sleepy. We're gonna enjoy our last evening here. Tomorrow we're gonna start cruising back. It's gonna rain for the next few coming days. So
Good to end on a high.
it's good to end on a high for this first mountain trip with the dogs together. And yeah.
I mean, this day, I don't think anything could beat this day. And I'm so happy.
Yeah. Now a little snack for the dogs and then a bag of chips for us.
Yeah.
Alright, so that was our trip to Borgafjäll. We did really end on a high note.
Really?
And we decided to cut the trip short with 2 days. They had promised rain for Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. Yeah, so for 3 days they had promised rain. So we decided to end it on that last part that you saw. Beautiful, beautiful day with a lot of wind.
A lot of wind, but a lot of sun,
Yeah.
and just kick-ass dogs.
Yeah, they did so great. But
So-
we're now sitting here 2 weeks later,
Yeah.
just about to finish everything, and spring has really hit us hard.
And we're not really ready for it, honestly.
No.
It's way too early.
Yeah.
And we're a little bit bummed, but trying to keep positive because we can't fight the weather.
No, there's a lot of stuff that we need to do. Hannah started planting, put out seeds. The snow is melting super fast. Yeah, exactly. I'm cutting up firewood for us and all the other things that need to get done.
Yep. We're still hoping to be able to sled a little bit more. Right now with these super warm temperatures, we're just taking it easy, doing playtime and very small runs because it can be quite dangerous.
Yeah.
We're not taking guests out anymore. It's too dangerous for guests to be driving in these conditions. But we're just enjoying these last bits of snow, and yeah, that's about it. We hope you enjoyed it, and if you made it all the way through, congrats if you did. It's a long video.
All right, see you.
And we'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.